Go into some of the details, but I would say that they just wanted a different commander. Okay, they wanted a different head of the thing. They wanted somebody with a little more public, and I had very little more. That's not to say Michael wasn't a terrific actor in his role. It's just the studio wanted to change, and then I had worked with Doug Netter on a Western in 1979 with Sam Elliott that Doug produced. And thank you. And that's it. He remembered me. I don't know that I was the first one. I know there were some other names, but they called me and they called my agent, and was I interested? I had only seen Babylon 5. I think I saw one episode of it. What I liked about it was that it was different from the Star Trek shows. It was seemed darker in tone. See, I've already put somebody to sleep. Oh my God! It just had a more dangerous feel to it, that place. And but I didn't think anything of it. And then when I got that call, I went out and visited the set, and they walked me around, and I said, absolutely, I like this. And I got to sleep in my own bed for the next 5 years. So it was kind of nice to stay home in Hollywood and go to work like everybody else and come home and have a family life. So, yes, sir.
How did they pitch the character to you? What brief did you get?
Well, it was kind of a nebulous character. It was going to be J.S. All the characters were leads were J.S. Jeffrey Sinclair and John Sheridan, Joe Straczynski. So you get the gist of it there. The boss is J.S., so everybody else was going to be. It was kind of I remember their early names like John Strider, John Stryker, something or other, and then we got around to Sheridan, which I think worked out beautifully. But I saw some scripts, and it was kind of, what I loved about Joe is that he's such a good television writer, such a good writer, period, that he adapted the character as I went along in the character. It was kind of a open-ended character. It could have been anybody. Okay, it could have been, God knows who else was running around at that time. But as he started seeing me in the role, he started adapting to the way I talk, to the way I move and everything, the way I look. So that's good. That's a good writer that does that. Because God knows, Garibaldi and Jerry Doyle were one and the same, that's for sure. Anyway, yes, sir. That wasn't out of choice. That was just the stuff that came. I've been a science fiction fan, probably like a lot of you, for most of my life too. I like both genres. You know, they're both morality plays in many ways. I even wrote 2 books with a sci-fi western back in '98. They published, and then some guy with a graphic novel comes along, and then they make a movie called Cowboys and Aliens, and killed any chance for my books to sell. But no, it was that bad a movie. It was kind of entertaining. Just understatement. Anyway, had the lovely Olivia Wilde in it, and anything she does, I'll watch. She's a sweetheart. She really is. Hold on. We're making it warm in here. You notice the T-shirt I have on? Yeah. This is for you Kiwis. I met Greg Broadmoor down at the San Diego Comic-Con because I'm trying to launch produce a steampunk television series.
Tell us more.
Tell you more. Go to lanterncitytv.com, sign up, and I'll give you all the information you need on that. Okay? It's just something I wanted to do. I haven't been as creative as I wanted to be in a while, and so I've got a bright young team of producers and writers, and I want to try to get in behind the camera. I've produced 2 things in my career, and I would like to do that now. And I think steampunk is a fascinating world because in general, we as an audience have just about gone everywhere. We've been in outer space, we've been under the seas, we've been in Middle Earth, we've been everywhere as filmmakers and storytellers have taken us, but Steampunk has only been sort of danced around a little bit in Hollywood, you know? If you go up to someone on the street and ask, what is steampunk? For the most part, they don't know. They've never heard of it. It's a subgenre, obviously, here at the convention and stuff like that, you've seen it. But I thought of a way to bring it to what I would like to do with mainstream television. Sort of boardwalk empire in the steampunk world. And it's called Lantern City. And I have a wonderful young writer named Matthew Daly. I hope to make a big, important writer in Hollywood someday. Written a terrific 2-hour opener, and we've got 6 episodes in the making. And we're putting together a pitch package right now, and that is, if you go to the site, you'll see we've got some renderings of what Lantern City looks like. We've got character drawings. I've had a number of actors already coming up going, they want to be in it. I'm very happy with that. Even your own John Rhys Davies, I have to be the first one in the show. And John, I've known a long, long time, and I said, you will be the first one. And anyway, when you pitch a project, Mr. Straczynski could have taught you about that too. It's no longer the days of walking into you get a meeting with a head of a studio or something, and you get, okay kid, you got 5 minutes, tell me your story. And they sit there with glazed eyes and listen to you go. They want to, now today they're a younger crew, and they want to see it. You actually have to go out and shoot something. We have a trailer shot already. It should be on there, on the website. And you have to go in with a full package. They want to see it. People are much more visually oriented now. And read it as well. But a lot of these people don't want to sit and read a 2-hour script. They'll have their people do that. But, so that's what I'm doing right now. That answers that question. Did you have something you wanted? No, you didn't. You were just scratching, I think. Okay. But let's talk about Babylon 5. That's what I want to talk about. And now, I'm sort of winging it here because I was going to have 3 other members with me, wasn't I? I have to apologize to them for that too, publicly. I was talking smack on them the other day in Melbourne, and then I got this email, I did not bug out on the fans, and I won't mention who did that. She was right. She did say that she loved me at the end of the email, but they just, for whatever reason, they couldn't. I couldn't last year. I was supposed to be here last year. I got a job. Wow, a job. I forgot what that's like. Anyway, no, it didn't, did it? 10 episodes and gone. Oh well, that's television. Sorry. Boring you to death, I know. Sorry. There would have been more of us. We would have had much more of a rapport going on here, but anyway. Now you have a question. I thought if I stalled long enough, you'd come up with something. Yeah.
I know you said you wanted to focus on B5, but I just wanted to ask, what was it like? I'm sure you've been asked this a lot, but coming back to Tron after so long, you know.
Coming back to Tron, well, you know, I was only there a few minutes, but I was on that thing for 2 months. So that's feature films take much longer time to make. Did a lot of motion capture stuff, and then we did all the stuff for the features, the special features as well. On the DVD release. Coming back was quite exciting. It really was. Because it had been rumored that the movie was going to be made, and then when I saw the online, the little footage that they'd shown at Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con in front of about 5,000 people, and the reaction to that, I knew it was real, and it looked very exciting. Yeah, I've been doing all things Tron. I still do the video games. I've been doing everything, and now with the animated series, just a wonderful, wonderful franchise, I think, and it speaks to us now. Babylon 5 was 90s television. If you notice, we're not in outer space and science fiction anymore. We're dealing with those goddamn zombies and things like that. Lack of imagination. Anyway. I do like Walking Dead. I will always say that. That's a good one, but the rest of them are crap. What's that?
It's a zombie theme day tomorrow. You're giving like a zombie Olympics for the
Zombie Olympics.
Zombie brains, zombie brains going to Japan, zombie coming brawl, landslide.
Isn't it horrible? I mean, they're just running these things into the ground. I think there should be a moratorium. There should be a period of a 10-year period where there are no zombies or vampires left anymore. Let's go back to outer space, new frontiers, imagination, what if, not something drooling all over you and sucking on your neck. Anyway, yes ma'am.
Seeing as none of your female co-stars are here to talk, who was your favourite one to work with?
You really want to hurt me, don't you? Well, on Babylon 5. Okay, 2 that aren't here. I have to take down to 2. When I first started the show, I was with Claudia, if you'll notice, in those episodes the most. And then as we wound up with Mira, love them both, I do. I'm just giving them a lot of crap for not being here, because I think this would have been a great time. And when I can finally come here, they can't. And she legitimately had a reason, Mira, and we'll reiterate that so it's out there again. She did lose her passport. She had every intention of being here. And then she got her passport, but it was too late. They'd canceled the ride. Okay? She got an express one, they call it. So whatever, the deal didn't work out. But it wasn't through any intention of skipping out on you. She really wanted to be here. She was all packed. I got this phone call. I got a call. I was on the way to the airport. And she said, I cannot find it. I believe Claudia said she was over there trying to help him find it. So this happens. Life happens, you know. And but I loved working with both of them for very special reasons. I mean, they're both terrific ladies. They're wonderful actresses, and they just helped me so much when I first started. But it was mostly Claudia at the beginning, like I said, because she was the closest relationship to Sheridan. And I'll be forever thankful, to them. But this would have been a good time. I'm telling you, if we had us all here, first of all, I'd be so hungover. And it's hard enough keeping up with Christopher Judge. Anyway, yes, anything? Let's see, nearest me, and then I'm going to get way back to you, go through it, and then I'll get... Anyway, yes, ma'am. I'd like to know who spread that around, by the way. Jerry Doyle. Well, but the pranks were generally off camera. They weren't even at the set. That was generally at conventions. Jerry and I used to drink whiskey up here and get totally